नमस्कार मित्रों, welcome to the HRM December 24 memory based recall question. In this video we are going to discuss all the questions, all important questions which were asked in the memory based December 24 examination of CAIIB HRM elective paper. So I first of all you try the question on your own and then see the explanation to check where your understanding, right, to check which level of question, because previous year question plays a very important role in understanding that this topic is very much, which topic are important, which topic we can leave. So everything we can gauge regarding from the previous year question, memory based question. So let's get started with our first question that we have. The first question is, which of the following best define the generation X, right? Which of the following best define the generation X? This is the first question, as you can see on your screen. Option A, the generation born between 1946 and 1964, known for post World War II optimism. Option B, the generation born roughly between 1965 and 1981. Option C, the generation born after 1981. And option D, the generation born after 1996. So tell me, which is generation X? So let's see option number A. So option number A basically talk about the generation between 1946 and 1964. They actually refers to baby boomer, right? Baby boomer. After World War II, there was a big population boom and the people were full of hope. So this is not generation X, right? So 1946 to 1964 they were baby boomer. Then option number B, 1965 to 1981. See, this is the correct answer. Let me explain it using an example. Think of someone born in the age of 1975. They might have used a landline phone growing up, but they also saw the rise of mobile phone and computer later. They have experienced life before and after the internet, so they are often called the bridge generation, comfortable with both old school and the new school thinking. So those who are born between 1965 to 1981, they are called Gen X. What about after 1981? They are called millennial or Gen Y, right? They are the one who grew up with things like Facebook, mobile phone and easy internet life. So this is not generation X. And option number D, 1996. So after 1996, those who are born, they are called Gen Z. They were practically born with a smartphone in their hand. They have never seen a world without Google or YouTube. Again, not Gen X. So correct answer to this question is option number B. Gen X includes all those who are born between 1965 and 1981 and are known for balancing both traditional and modern value. So to summarize, you must remember baby boomer 1964 to 1946 to 1964. This is post-war optimism. Gen X 1965 to 1981. Pre-digital childhood and digital adulthood. Millennial or Gen Y 1981 to 1996 grew up with internet, and Gen Z after 1996 they are digital native, tech savvy from birth. I hope this breakdown helped you understand the question better. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more MCQs explanation. I hope this helped you understanding the basic concept. Now friends, you see in our MCQ session we not only cover the basic concept, rather we provide you explanation of each and every option, and this help you solve any kind of question which may be asked in the examination related to it. So you must go through each and every MCQ explanation breakdown on our channel. Now friends, the question is, what does the Pygmalion effect demonstrate in the context of organization behavior? Right. Option A, the relationship between high employee turnover and the low job satisfaction. Option B, the connection between positive expectation and positive result in employee performance. Option C, the impact of strict rule and regulation on employee productivity. And option D, the role of financial incentive in motivating employee. So let's go through option number A, the relationship between high employee turnover and low job satisfaction. Let's simplify it. This means when employees are unhappy at work, they are more likely to leave the company. Yes, this is a real issue, but this is not related to the Pygmalion effect. That is a different concept altogether. So option A is not correct. What about option B? The connection between positive expectation and positive result in employee performance. Yes, this is the correct answer. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine a manager say to an employee, I know you are capable of doing great work. This belief can actually motivate the employee to work harder and live up to that expectation. This is called Pygmalion effect. When someone believes in you, you tend to do better. It is like giving someone confidence fuel. I hope that makes sense to you. What about option C? The impact of a strict rule and regulation on employee productivity. This option is more about organization, discipline or structure, not the Pygmalion effect. Rule can affect how people work, yes, but this has nothing to do with the power of expectation. What about option D? The role of financial incentive in motivating employee. See, this talk about money based motivation like bonus, salary hike. Again, that is a different topic. The Pygmalion effect is not about money. It is about how a leader believes in someone can shape their performance. So the correct answer to this question is option number B. So let me summarize the key points. let me summarize the key points from this question is that Pygmalion effect means the power of positive expectation. If a manager believe in the employee often work harder to meet that belief. It is about psychological motivation, not money or rule. Real world example, a teacher who expect a student to succeed and usually see better performance from them. Same thing happen in the office, right? So that is how the Pygmalion effect work in workplace. I hope this concept is clear to you now. Now friends, let's look at the next question. In the context of RACID, what does D stands for? Very good question. So friends, first option is developing effective action to ensure result, designing process for better knowledge management, collecting, storing and processing data to create information, and delivering worthwhile result through effective action. What do you think? So friends, option A, taking the that delivering effective action to ensure result. This sound good, right? But this is more about taking action or execution. In RACID, this is actually related to the A. A means action, right? Not the D. So this one is incorrect. What about option B? Designing process. So friends, what about option C? Option C is saying collecting, storing and processing data to create information. Yes, this is correct, because let me explain with a super simple example. Imagine you are running a shop. You collect data like how many customer came in, what they bought, at what time they bought. So when you store and analyze this data, you turn it into useful information like knowing your busiest hour or top selling product. So that is exactly what is D in RACID stand for. Data and how we use to is to generate information. Option C is the correct answer. What about option D? That is delivering worthwhile result through effective action. See, this is more about the final outcome or the result, and this might sound related to RACID, but it is not what D stand for. It talks about the result, not the data. So the correct answer to this question is option number C, collecting, storing and processing data to create information, right? So option number C is the correct answer. So again I am summarizing the fact. Remember, RACID stands for result, action, knowledge, information and data, usually in reverse order for processing. D stands for data. It's all about collecting, storing and processing of raw fact. When data is processed, it becomes useful information which help in better decision and action. You can think of it like turning the raw ingredient, which is the data, into cooked meal, which is the information, right? So friends, so now you know what D in the RACID means. It's all about data management. I hope that makes clear concept. Very good, nice friend. Now let's look at the next question. So the third question is on your screen, as you can see. Let's go through it, what it's talking about. So friends, which of the following best describe the concept of grapevine in organization communication? Very good question. A formal communication channel designed to relay official information. Option B, an informal communication network that provide useful information but operate outside formal system. Option C, a structured feedback mechanism used by employee to report grievances. Option D, a mandatory system implemented to reduce organization miscommunication. So friends, let's go through option A. That is a formal communication channel designed to relay information in part of official information. Now this sounds serious and official, and that is exactly what it is. This refers to things like email, memos, meeting, but grapevine is opposite. It is informal, not official. So this option is incorrect. What about option B? An informal communication network that provide useful information but operate outside formal system. Yes, this is correct. This is correct. Let me explain this with an example. Let's say two employees are chatting during a coffee break, right? Two employees are chatting during a coffee break, and one of them say, hey, I heard our department might get a new manager next month. That is called grapevine communication. It is not official, it is not announced formally, but it is an informal information is spreading through people talking. Again I am repeating. One of them both of them chatting at a coffee break, and one of them say, hey, I heard that our department might get a new manager next month. Obviously it is not official, it is not announced formally, but it is an informal information is spreading through the people talking. Sometimes it turns out to be true, and sometimes it is just a rumor. But either way, it is spread fast, and people keep people informed in a casual way. And this is what we call grapevine in the context of organization context. Now let's look at option C, a structured feedback mechanism. No. This is about employee formally reporting problem or complaint, which is very different from grapevine gossip or informal talk. Option D says that a mandatory system. No. This sounds like a policy or rule, but grapevine is not created by management. Rather, it happened naturally. It is not mandatory. It is not formal. So this option is also incorrect. So what is the correct answer? Is option number B. So let's summarize the fact. So what we have learned just now, let's summarize. See, grapevine means informal communication. Informal communication like workplace gossip, like casual chat, right? It's not official, but it often share useful or early information. It is common in all organizations and cannot be eliminated. For example, a rumor about promotion or restructuring shared between colleagues during lunch, right? Now friends, let's look at the next question. How can volatility as described in the context of business and market be best encountered? Option number A, by relying solely on the historical data for prediction. Option B, by adopting rigid structure and long-term fixed strategy. Option C, by developing adaptability and quick decision making. Option D, by minimizing communication within the organization. Let's look at option A. So basically by relying solely on historic data for prediction. See, using past data is very helpful, yes, but only if you only depend on what happened before, you might miss sudden change in the market. Volatility means what? Things can change very quickly and unexpectedly. So history alone won't save you. So this is not the best approach. So option A is not the best approach. That is what we come to know. What about the option number B? That by adopting rigid structure and long-term fixed strategy. What do you think about it? See, it sounds stable, right? But that is the problem. In a volatile market, being too rigid, right, is risky. You need to bend without breaking, not stick to one plan forever. So this is also not correct. What about option C? By developing adaptability and quick decision making to address rapid change. Yes, this is the correct answer. Let me explain with a simple example. Imagine a restaurant that quickly changes its menu based on the customer demand, like adding summer drinks when the heat rises suddenly. That is called adaptability. Or a company shifting to online sale when offline stores are down due to sudden lockdown. Right? Suppose a company is there and that particular company is shifting to online sale. Right? So why that company is shifting to online sale? Because due to sudden lockdown, that is quick decision making. So this kind of thinking help business survive and grow in the fast changing world. So that is why option C is the correct. Option D is saying minimizing communication within the organization to avoid confusion. See, this might sound like less memes, less mess, but actually it is the opposite. During volatile time, you need more communication, not less communication, so that everyone is on the same page, right, and can act quickly. So this is not also incorrect. Correct answer is option C. So let me summarize the fact for you, right? So remember, volatility is fast and unpredictable change. You can't fight volatility with fixed plan or silence. You need to move fast. You need to adjust quickly. Be like a boat in a storm. If it is too stiff, it sinks. If it is flexible, it rides the wave. So good communication plus flexibility, it means survival and success in volatile time. Remember these two words, good communication and flexibility. Flexibility should be there. If we combine communication and flexibility, it means survival and success in the volatile term. I hope that makes sense to you. So friends, next time you face unexpected challenge in your business or career, remember, adapt, decide fast and stay connected. Right? I hope this helps you understand the basic concept, and this is how we clear the concept in each and every lecture, right? So we take real life example and you can easily relate these things through your real life example, right? Now friends, let's look at the next question. This is a very good question about the triple bottom line. What does triple bottom line approach emphasize in the context of sustainable HRM? Option A, focusing exclusively on economic goal. Option B, balancing economic, environmental and social goal. Option C, prioritizing employee well-being over environmental. Option D, implementing rigid policy to minimize environmental impact. So let's go through each and every option. Option A, focusing exclusively on economic goal to maximize organizational profitability. Yes, profit is important, no doubt, but the triple bottom line is not just about money. It also includes people and the planet. So if you focus only on the money and ignore the environment and employee, you are not being sustainable. So this one is not correct. I hope that makes sense. What about option B? Balancing economic, environmental and social goal to achieve sustainable organization outcome. Yes, this is correct. Because economic means what? Profit. Social means what? People. Environmental means what? Planet. So there are 3 P. What are the 3 P? People, planet and profit form the triple bottom line. I'm again repeating. 3 P are people, planet and profit. They form the triple bottom line. For example, a company that gives fair salary, uses eco-friendly packaging, still make profit. That is the triple bottom line HRM in action. Option C, prioritizing employee well-being over environmental and economic objective. This sound nice. Caring for employees great, but the triple bottom line is about balance. You can't just focus on 1 P. All 3 are equally important. So this is not the right answer. What about option D? Implementing rigid policy. This only focus on the planet and forget about people and profit. Plus, rigid policy can actually harm employee morale and creativity. So sustainable HR is about being flexible and inclusive, not just a strict rule. So this one is incorrect. So the correct answer is option number B. Let me summarize for you. So what we learned, triple P is about 3 P. People plus planet plus profit. This approach came from a concept by Ellington. Remember the name? Ellington. This means HR should care about employee well-being, that is called social. HR should care about profit and productivity, which means economic, and protecting the environment, which means environment. It is a balance, long-term view, not just chasing profit. So the next time you hear the triple bottom line, remember it is not just about making money but also about caring for the people and the planet. I hope this helped you understand the concept. Don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with your CIB aspirant. They can also take help of such kind of videos. Now friends, let's put our focus to the next question. The next question is very good question. Let me go through it. Based on the Leavitt conclusion about one-way communication and two-way communication, which of the following statement is correct? So this is the question. So option number A, one-way communication is slower but more accurate than two-way. Receiver in one-way communication system are more confident in their judgment compared to those in two-way. Two-way communication is more accurate and allow receiver to point out mistake. One-way communication psychologically pressure the sender more than two-way communication. What do you think? Option number A says that one-way communication is slower but more accurate than two-way communication. It is actually the opposite. One-way communication is faster because only one person talk and the other listen. No question, no interruption. But it is less accurate because the listener can't ask question or clear doubt. For example, think of a teacher giving a lecture with no interaction. It is fast, but a student might misunderstand the thing. What about option B? It is saying that receiver in one-way communication are more confident in their judgment compared to those in a two-way communication. Again, this is wrong because in a two-way communication, the listener can ask question, they can get clarification, which build more confidence in understanding the message. In one way, the receiver just listen passively and may not feel sure about what they understood. Option C, that two-way communication is more accurate and allow receiver to point out mistake. Yes, this is the correct answer. In a two-way communication, both people talk. So one send the message, other respond, ask question or give feedback. So this make it more accurate because any mistake, any confusion can be clear right away. But from the outside, it may seem messy or noisy because there is a lot of back and forth. For example, imagine a team meeting where everyone is asking the question. It might look disorganized, but people are getting clarity. What about option D? One-way communication psychologically pressure the sender more than the two-way communication. Not true. Because actually in a two-way communication, the sender might feel more under pressure because the listener can question or challenge them. So in one way, sender just delivers the message and does not face interruption or immediate reaction. So let's summarize the key point. So I told you about, one way faster, less accurate, receiver just listen and look clean and orderly. Two way slower, more accurate, allow feedback, look noisy, receiver feel more confident, right? That is the point. So you can think of one-way communication as a monologue and two-way communication as a conversation. This way you can remember it. Now friends, let's look at the next question. Which of the following best describe the concept of hedonism in the context of organization behavior? Hedonism, right? Option number A, the belief that people are motivated solely by financial incentive. Option B, the idea that individuals seek pleasure and comfort while avoiding pain and discomfort. Option C, a theory suggesting that pain and discomfort are necessary for growth and motivation. Option D, the practice of focusing on organization goal over individual satisfaction. Friends, if you are looking for HRM study material in the form of PDF, videos, mock test, capsule content, you can enroll in our HRM courses. In the description section of the video, you will get the link of the course. Also, you can WhatsApp me on 8292857381. Number is provided in the description section as well as the comment. You can WhatsApp me to get more detail regarding the study material. We have all kind of study material available, right? Videos you want clear understanding of the concept, you want to practice mocks, quizzes, MCQs, previous year questions. We have almost 3 to 4 previous year questions available, right? So this, as you can see, such kind of PDF we have. Now let's come back to this question, hedonism. So option number is the belief that people are motivated solely by financial incentive. So this talk only about money as motivation, but hedonism is much broader. It's not just about salary or bonus. People also work for things like comfort, recognition, peace of mind, enjoyment. Imagine someone stay at a job not because of big salary, but because they love the friendly environment. That is hedonism, not just money motivation. What about option B? The idea that individuals seek pleasure and comfort while avoiding pain and discomfort. So in simple word, this is the correct answer. Hedonism means what people want to feel good and avoid feeling bad. This is a natural human behavior, whether in life or whether in work. Imagine, for example, your manager praises you in front of others. It makes you feel good. You will try to repeat that behavior. On the other hand, if a task gives you stress or discomfort, you might avoid it. This is the basis of hedonistic motivation. What about option C? A theory suggesting that pain and discomfort are necessary for growth and motivation. No, this is the opposite of hedonism. This sounds like a no pain, no gain kind of theory, where a struggle leads to success. But hedonism is about avoiding pain, not accepting it for growth. So this option is confusing pain with progress, and that is not what hedonism talks about. What about option D? The practice of focusing on organization goal over individual satisfaction. Again incorrect. This option is about putting the company need first, even if the employee is unhappy. But hedonism is all about individual comfort, individual satisfaction, how the person feel, not just the organization. So what we just come to know about hedonism, let me summarize that. Hedonism is seeking pleasure plus avoiding pain. It helps explain why people prefer comfortable job, positive work culture and rewarding tasks. It's not just about money. It's not just about suffering for growth. It's not about putting company goal over personal happiness. So remember, if it make you happy and stress free at work, that is hedonism in action, right? If suppose by doing the work you feel happy, right, and and stress free, then that is hedonism at work. So this way you can remember it. So that is a simple breakdown of hedonism, right? Now friends, let's look at the next question. Every concept using real life example I provide you to make your concept clear, to relate it to the real life example. Now what is the primary characteristics of distributive bargaining in the context of industrial relation? Very good question. Option A, it aims for win-win situation. Option B, it focus on collaborative problem solving. Option C, it involve haggling over resource. Option D, it prioritize long-term relationship building. Tell me, distributive bargaining. Option A, aim for win-win situation. Actually, this is incorrect because it describes the integrative bargaining where both parties try to cooperate and find a solution that benefit the both. But distributive bargaining is not like that. So option A is incorrect. What about option B? It focus on collaborative problem solving to expand the pie for all the party. Yes, this is again wrong. Expand the pie. It means creating more values or benefit for everyone involved. This is also called integrative bargaining. Basically, what you are doing, you are creating values or benefits for everyone involved. This is also called integrative bargaining. What about option C? It involves haggling over resource, where one party gain and other party loss. Yes, this is the correct answer. This is the core idea of distributive bargaining. Think of it like you are splitting a pizza. If one person get a bigger slice, the other get a smaller one. So it is a win-lose situation. What one gain, the other lose. For example, in a wage negotiation, if worker asks for a raise, the employer might feel that profit will go down. So both are pulling in opposite direction. Right? So option C is the correct answer. Option D, it prioritizes long-term relationship building over immediate economic issue. So this is not true for distributive bargaining because distributive bargaining is more about collaborative or relationship-based approach, not the resource-based tug of war. So let's summarize the fact regarding distributive bargaining. So it is a win-lose game. Focus on dividing limited resource, common in wage and salary negotiation. It lack collaboration. It is more like haggling. So correct option is option number C. Let's see the next question. What does business ethic primarily refers to? Option A, the formal dress code. Option B, the set of manner, forms and ceremony. Option C, the financial regulation and standard. Option D, the informal communication. Let's see the option A, the formal dress code. Not quite, because while appearance is a part of professional behavior, so business ethic is much more than how you dress. It's all about how you behave. Option B, the set of manner, forms, ceremonies established by the convention for social relation in business. Yes, this is the correct answer. This is the true meaning of business ethic. How you greet people, how you write email, how you behave in meeting. It's all about respect, good manner and professionalism. Example, saying thank you or please in meeting or not interrupting someone while they are speaking. That is called business ethic. Option C, the financial regulation and standard. This is more about corporate governance or accounting standard, not ethic. Option D, the informal communication style. This is not the correct answer. So to summarize, whenever I say ethic means what? It means professional manner and behavior. It helps maintain a positive and respectful environment. It includes greeting, email, meeting, punctuality, tone of speech. So correct answer is option B. So in the previous question we covered the distributive bargaining, which means where one win and the other loss. Business ethic, which means how to behave professionally at work. Now friends, let's see the next one. I think we have just discussed the business ethic. Now, what role does collective bargaining? Yes, very, very important. What role does collective bargaining play in maintaining industrial peace? Option A, it focuses solely on increasing profit. Option B, it helps in maintaining a good employer relationship. Option C, it reduces the role of a union in workplace negotiation. Option D, it primarily deals with legal dispute. What do you think? Option A, it focuses solely on increasing profit. This is a one-side view. Collective bargaining is not about helping just the employer make money. It's about both the side, right? So option B, that it helps in maintaining a good employer relationship. Yes, this is correct. Collective bargaining is like a peaceful negotiation table where employee through union and employer talk and agree on important matter. It helps reducing a strike. It builds trust between both sides. It creates positive work environment. For example, if worker want better safety gear and the employer listen and agree after a healthy discussion, that is called collective bargaining in action and everyone is happy. Option C, it reduces the role of union. No. Collective bargaining involves union directly. It actually gives union a stronger voice to represent employee. So instead of reducing their role, it depends on them. Option D, it primarily deal with legal disputes. See, legal disputes are handled in labor court or tribunals. Collective bargaining is more about avoiding the legal fight. So let's summarize the fact regarding collective bargaining. So it is a peaceful way. Remember, collective bargaining is a peaceful way for employee. It improves communication and trust. It helps maintain industrial peace, and it is a win-win method to keep workplace happy and smooth. Now, friends, let's look at the next term. What is the? How does the demographic dividend refers to in the context of India future population? Option A, the potential economic growth. Option B, the benefit India will experience due to having a large population of young working age, the economic challenge posed by an aging population, and D, the increase in unemployment. So question is about demographic dividend. So option A is suggesting that the potential economic growth from declining population of working age adult. See, if the number of working people is going down, that is not a benefit, it's a problem, because less working people means less productivity, it means slower economic growth. Suppose if a factory has fewer workers than before, will it produce more or less? Obviously less. So a decline in working age adult is not a demographic dividend. What about option B? The benefit that India will experience due to having a large proportion of young working age adult. Yes, this is the correct. India has a large population of young people, especially in the working age group 20 to 64 year. That is called demographic dividend, because it's like a bonus for the economy. More people working, more income, more production, more tax collection, economic growth. That is the point. Option C, the economic challenge posed by the aging population in India. This describes the opposite of demographic dividend. An aging population creates challenges like more pension payment, fewer workers. So India's strength is that we have a younger population. And option number D, the increase in unemployment. So this is a possible risk, but not meaning of demographic dividend. Yes, if jobs are not created fast enough, unemployment may rise, but that is a challenge, not a benefit. So let's summarize. India has a large number of young working age people, right? If properly educated and skilled and employed, they can boost India's economy. This decision is called demographic dividend, an opportunity for growth, but it must be managed well. That is the point. Now friends, let's look at the next question. What will happen if driving force XY significantly outweighs the restraining force AB? This is called Lewin's model. Option A, the management should focus on increasing the restraining force to ensure balance. Option B, the management can push the driving force and overpowering the restraining force to implement change. Option C, the driving force should be reduced to avoid disruption the status quo. Option D, the restraining force must be completely eliminated before the change can occur. So for option A, the management should focus on increasing the restraining force to ensure balance. This is not the right approach. Why? Because if something is already moving forward positively, why do you want to pull it back to just create a balance? For example, imagine you are pushing a swing and it is already going up. Would you add a rope to stop it for the sake of balance? Of course not. So increasing resistance when things are improving does not help. Option B, the management can push the driving force and overpower the restraining force to implement change. C, this is the correct answer. When driving force like innovation, motivation, new technology are stronger than the thing holding you back, like fear, resistance, old habit, then this is the right time to push forward with a change. Let's say your team want to switch to a new software system. So driving force is what? Better productivity and faster process. The restraining force is that staff fear learning the new system. So if the benefits are big, you can train the staff and move ahead confidently. This is based on Lewin's force field theory, which says that change happens when driving force overpower the restraining force. Lewin's model, Lewin's theory, very very important. Option C suggests that the driving force should be reduced to avoid disrupting the status quo. No, that is not helpful. If you reduce the energy for change just to keep things as they are, you will block the growth. Imagine a car on a hill. The engine is strong enough to go up, but you press the brake to stay down. That is holding the back progress. And option D, the restraining force must be eliminated before changes can occur. In real life, you can't remove all resistance. Some resistance will always exist. It's a human nature. The goal is to overpower, not eliminate completely. Even when a smartphone came in, some people resisted, but the advantage won over the resistance, and now everyone uses them. So to summarize, driving force means push for change, like new ideas, new goal, new improvement, right? And resisting force means things that block change. So whenever driving force are stronger, you can implement change successfully, right? That is the Lewin's force field model. So now when positive energy is higher than the resistance, don't slow down, move forward. So friends, if you want me to continue lecture like this, please write yes in the comment section. If you write yes, I will come to know that yes, you are eager to get such kind of knowledge, such kind of examples which no one provides. Right, I help you explain each and every option, why something is correct, what should be your thought process when you eliminate the option, right? I explain you everything. If you want me to continue, please write yes in the comment section. And if you want any kind of study material related to any subjects of CAIIB or HRM, feel free to WhatsApp me on the number 8292857381. Again I am repeating 8292857381. In the description section also you will get the number. Thank you.